Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Shannon, and I am a womb shaman and the creator of Akashic Womb Shamanism, which is a form of shamanic apprenticeship and healing that I have put together from my own years of exploration with the realm of the Akasha, within shamanic apprenticing myself, and then my own study and exploration over several years, and my years-long study of the womb. And I am kind of reintroducing myself today. I just recently deleted and released the energy of a podcast that I had been building for almost 4 years because it was just no longer in alignment. And I have also moved a lot of old videos off of my YouTube channel. And this is now the place where I'm going to share longer form videos, talks, card readings. I'm going to pull some cards today, and updates, free trainings, workshops, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to share it here on YouTube because I feel aligned with showing up on camera, on video, and getting this connection, this face-to-face, as it were, connection. And also I love YouTube because you don't have to watch. You can also just listen to me, and you can look at the screen when you want to see like cards and things when I pull those. So yeah, this is my first video of 2024. Welcome. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been with me for a while, welcome back. I'm excited for this fresh new start, essentially. We just had Pluto move into Aquarius a few days ago. We are collectively like starting something new, and it just feels really aligned to start anew with how I am showing up and offering my work, my gifts, and the healing that I teach and guide others through. So let's see. I want to start, I think, by pulling cards and giving a little overview read of the energy right now that's going on. So I am going to pull from my current favorite deck, which is, I'll show it to you in a second. It's called the Inner Child Fairy Tale Tarot. And I'm just going to call in the energy of this group, of this community, of anyone who will ever watch this. So the collective of everyone who will ever watch this and receive this, calling in our higher messages and selves and whatever needs to come through, asking for that energy to come through, asking to be a clear channel, picking these cards and interpreting them for the group. I'm asking for everyone who watches this at any time to receive exactly what they need to from this message. This is timeless, setting the intention that whenever you come across this, these cards will resonate for you in some way, shape, or form. Know that if they don't resonate immediately in the like most obvious of ways, there's probably a deeper thing that they are trying to say to you or show you. And I welcome you to just contemplate on their messages for a little bit, maybe a few hours, maybe a couple of days. The understanding of why they came through for you will always come through. Okay, we're going to start with just the first card. I have the feeling that it wants to be read first and shared, and then a few more cards I think will come out. Let's see. This is the tarot deck, by the way. That's what it looks like. And oh, there we go. Our first card is the Nine of Crystals. Perfect. I'll just hold that up. So this card is about a stage of completion that is drawing near. You can see that this is the inside of a brilliantly lit gnome cottage, and this card represents the thrill and anticipation of Christmas Eve. You can see the Christmas tree filling the air. Much preparation has gone into creating a festive and warm holiday. The gestating hope and wonder of gifts yet to come instill a sense of awe as Christmas morning draws near. The mama gnome is pregnant, and her candle symbolizes the light of the new soul about to be born. You can see that. Beautiful. Presents under the tree remain unopened and the stockings on the hearth are not yet filled. The 9 stockings over the fire represent a profound receptivity to higher forces, while the 9 candles illuminating the beautiful Yule tree turn it into a glowing crystal. The little gnome girl anticipates the arrival of St. Nicholas, yet she knows she must sleep and surrender to another world of dreams before his magical offerings will come. So you can see the stockings, the candles, the little girl. Expectation abounds. The 9 of crystals marks a period of life when the divine potential of the future is near. The mama gnome is reading a story to her child. When you receive this card, realize that you are also meant to be the storyteller of your life. The story can only be as conscious as the one who tells it. What new theme, fairy tale, or adventure will you enter into next? As you move into this period of completion, trust in the goodness of what is yet to manifest in your life. A magical gift, a special friendship, or a new opportunity may be on its way. Gorgeous. So that's the energy we are opening with in this little transmission. Expectation, something new is coming, but you have to surrender first. And that surrender might just be let yourself sleep, let yourself rest, like the little gnome girl has to before Christmas morning comes. But new opportunity, new connections, relationships, whatever it may be, something new is coming. That is very, very relevant with Pluto and Aquarius. We have a lot of newness. Okay. And now 7 of Wands. Let me just open the page and then I will hold back up the cards so you can look at it as I touch. As I read. There we go. This is a healing card. The child fairy depicted on the card holds the knowledge, there we go, of flower healing and the right use of plant remedies to aid in human development and consciousness. The vibrations of the flower devas and nature spirits are so high that their impact and presence are often overlooked by human beings. They offer us the elixir of their flowers through healing agents such as the Bach flower remedies. So these remedies were created by Dr. Edward Bach. He said the flower remedies are like beautiful music or any glorious, uplifting thing which gives us inspiration to raise our very natures and bring us nearer to our souls, and by that very act to bring us peace and relieve our suffering. Okay. The 7 differently colored butterflies on this card represent the chakra system of the human body. It is an ancient tantric belief that each human body contains 7 of these mystic lotus centers, and that they are located at various levels along the spinal column. Through meditation and deep breathing, we can awaken the kundalini or life force, which brings health to body, mind, and spirit. You may be ready to explore the depth and transformation available through chakra healing, flower remedies, or any form of high vibrational body attunement. A walk in nature could be beneficial. There you can open to the elemental healers who surround and protect our planet. As you heal your own body, you can learn to become a radiant healer for your friends and loved ones. Okay. So we're on the precipice or in the beginning stages of a shift, a big change, a new opportunity. And this is talking about the importance of bringing the physical into that shift, that change, that opportunity. So that could be that you actually go out and get like flower remedies, Bach flower remedies. Most health food stores have these. Or maybe you get herbal tea or herbal infusions and you work with herbs, like you work with something from the earth. Or I don't think it was coincidence that I had a little brain fart and said touch when I meant read earlier. Maybe this is about getting in touch with your body and actually bringing physical touch to your vessel. There's something about bringing in physical healing, physical embodiment with whatever work, whatever opportunity, whatever it is that is going to come through for you. I'm going to leave it at those 2 cards. Actually, that feels quite complete because that's all we need to know. I think it's really important for this new year, something that I am personally feeling into, and I've been recommending in my private spaces, my groups, my private clients, things like that, is to take a little time, like take more time this year to be comfortable with not knowing. Like I have not been paying nearly as much attention, for example, to astrology as I normally have in the past. I mean, I've been aware of the big things like Pluto moving into Aquarius, but I'm not really paying attention to the small things. I'm not really paying attention the same way to moon cycles. I'm aware that they're happening, but I'm not like looking at my calendar and going, okay, what's happening today and planning my life around it, because it takes me out of the present moment, and I don't want to live that way anymore. And I actually don't think that way, like my personal philosophy is shifting to think, I don't know that that way is really helpful for us. Maybe it is, maybe maybe it is for you, maybe this aspect of what I'm saying doesn't land, but I think it's at least something to feel into and to think about and to contemplate, like, is it actually helpful to spend so much time being aware of all the things going on around you, and for example, astrologically, or by going and doing in-depth like tarot readings or card readings or rune readings or whatever it is that you practice all the time? Or is it actually maybe better to step back and just let life unfold and let yourself be part of it? Because we tend to look for answers. We tend to look for answers because we want answers to make us feel safe. Like if we have an answer, then we feel safer. Like I know where I'm going. I don't have to be in uncertainty. Like we fear uncertainty as a collective, like human race kind of energy. We don't like uncertainty. We really want to know what is happening. And it keeps us small. It holds us back when we always need to be certain about something. Like, can you get comfortable with the fact that you're just not going to fucking know sometimes, you know? And that's okay. And actually, if you can let yourself not know, things might actually feel easier. Like, I really want to encourage you, challenge you to not spend as much time trying to have all the answers this year, and see what your life is like if you don't spend so much time trying to have the answers. Don't spend so much time trying to like be enlightened in the answers. Can you just live? Can you just live? And take time to have your practices, have your grounding practices, have your spiritual practices, do a little meditation, but without the need to make things like, if I do this, then I'm going to get everything I want, right? If I know what's happening, then the uncertainty is gone and I can just do anything I want and get anything I want. Like we make these, I'm being a little general, but my point is we make these necessities almost, like we have to conditions, that's what I wanted. We make these conditions for what happens in our life. Like we make it conditional. If I do this, then this will happen. What if there is no condition? What if the only condition is that you actually just live in your body and you live your life and you live with joy and happiness, and you make it your goal to bring as much joy, happiness, contentment to your day as possible. And that's all you need. What if that's it? What if you don't have to go do anything crazy, do anything else to make things happen? What if there is no condition? There's no condition, because the truth is there are no conditions. There are no conditions. The only conditions that exist are the ones we put on ourselves. And I think if you choose to take this message and those cards that I just pulled a few minutes ago, can you just let yourself flow in your body? That second card, make it physical, flow in your body, and take away any other condition to being who you want to be, getting what you want to have, creating the opportunities you want to create for yourself. Yeah. Oh, just take a second and let that land. Okay. I just took a minute to let that land. And with that idea swirling around, I'm going to open the Akashic records for this collective. So if you continue watching here at past this point, then you are consenting to be part of this read. And I'm just going to channel whatever wants to come through. So let me give a little background of how I work in the records. I work in what is called the rainbow realm of the Akashic field, the 23rd plus dimensions. For a reading like this, I'm just going to open 23, although I do often go much higher. This is part of I'm trained in star shamanic work, so I'm trained to actively, consciously access hundreds, thousands of dimensions within the universe, within the cosmos, within the many galaxies that exist, to really connect into deep, deep star wisdom. And I bring that into my Akashic Records practice. So I read the records a lot differently. If you're new here, you're probably never gonna have felt energy like the way that I read the Akashic Records. It's just different. It's very, very high dimensional, but also very grounded is the way that I approach the records, because if we're not grounded, it doesn't matter all what we get from other dimensions. We live on Earth. So if we can't ground it down to here, then it's just pretty words. It's just fluff. So when I open the records, I'm going to open for the collective watching this video and just see if there are any messages that want to come through. And I'll just be channeling out loud. I often have my eyes closed when I do this. And the intention is just to receive what we're meant to receive right now. I don't have a specific question. If you have a specific question, you can send an intention for yourself right now as you listen, because I'm opening for a collective, your answer is your question is part of the overall vibration of what I'm tapping into, which means that your answer is likely to come through in some way, shape, or form. Probably not, obviously, very completely obvious, because I don't know consciously your questions, but they are in the field. So feel free to send your own questions into the field as I open. Okay. Just going to settle in, closing your eyes with me if you'd like to, and just breathing into your body, getting grounded for a moment. I want you to bring your attention all the way down your spine, all the way down your legs, into your feet, and just let yourself anchor into your entire body. Maybe move and stretch your spine. Move and stretch your neck. Bring a little movement into your body, inviting our bodies to have enough space to receive whatever it is that wants to come through right now. Inviting that space to open. Thank you. And because I'm doing this collectively, if you've worked with me before, you know that in like private groups or private clients, I bring you into the records with me. I'm not doing that today. So I'm going to silently go open the records and go up there myself and just keep you, you're going to stay here in this really beautiful receiving space. Asking for the records for this collective, for everyone who will listen to this at any time, to be open, asking for the questions of this collective to come into whatever needs to channel through today, asking for them to be answered if they are meant to be answered this time. Thank you, thank you. Telling it in all the wisdom, knowledge, healing, love, light, power, community, sovereignty, connection of the records. And fully opening the 23rd dimensional fields, asking to be a clear channel so I can channel through this energy now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. The records for this collective are open. There are two sides to the energy that I'm seeing right now for this collective. One side is dark and heavy, shadowy energy. The other is this bright, blinding, beautiful, healing light, enlightenment energy. Which side are you on? Which energy are you in? You've heard, of course, the concept that there's always going to be good and bad, that not good doesn't exist without bad, and bad doesn't exist without good. Just because this is true doesn't mean you have to choose to stay in one or the other. Specifically, doesn't mean you have to choose to stay in the bad. You can choose to step into the good, into that enlightened energy, knowing that the dark shadow still exists, but that you don't have to live there, because that's the thing. A lot of you right now, you're living in your shadow. And you might not think you're living in your shadow. You might go, well, I meditate every day and I'm spiritual and I do all this stuff. And I've done classes, I've done programs, I've done development. And I think I'm living in my light, but are you? Are you really? Are you really living in your light? You're really living in your happiness and your joy. Living there doesn't mean you bypass your shadow. This is not love and light, bypass your shadow. This is, are you actually choosing in your actions every day to live in the present as opposed to live in the shadow in the past? Because when you live in your shadow, when you spend your day going, what else is wrong with me? What else do I have to heal? What else is going on? Do I need to analyze this anymore? Do I need to see what else is going on here? You live in the past, you live in the shadow. If you need to do that kind of work, ideally you do it an hour a day. And then you say, okay, I've looked at the past enough. Past is in the past. I'm stepping back into the present, back into my sunbeam of energy. A lot of you are living stuck in the dig. You don't have to dig more. In fact, you might need to dig less. Or if you know that you have more things to uncover, which is beautiful, we love that you know, we love the self-awareness, you need to go get someone to help you. And this is a message specifically for the people listening to this right now. If you're listening to this and you know you have to dig more, stop doing it by yourself. You know what happens when you do it by yourself? At first, it's empowering. But if you are stuck in this cycle of always going deeper, you need someone, a mentor, a coach, a therapist, it doesn't matter who, a group, whatever it is. You need someone, some structure to remind you, to help you, to guide you, so you can stop digging and you can start living. Because it moves really fast from empowering to stuck. And that's where you might be stuck. It is beautiful to do healing work for yourself, to trust in yourself to do what you need to do for yourself. But you know what? No one can do it alone, not all the way through. And so if you have been trying to hack it and DIY it and do it by yourself, and you are digging, there's something else. I don't have the money I want, so there's something else I need to do. If you have a business, I don't have the clients I want, there's something else I need to do. I don't have the relationship I want, there's something else I need to do. I don't have the life I want, there's something else I need to do. Stop, you're stuck on a hamster wheel. Go get help. Stop trying to do it yourself. Stop trying to do it yourself. Go get help. Stop trying to ask your friends to help you through it. That's not their job. That is the number one thing that will kill friendships, is asking your friends to do this work for you, to hear you over and over and over again. Stop. Go get help. And if you have help and it's not working, go get different help. Or if you have help and you don't think it's working, are you actually accepting the help? Because a lot of people get help and then they hear something like, stop, you need to do this, like, let's not focus on this anymore. Let's start to expand horizons. They don't want to do it. And so they say, this isn't working. That person sucked. They weren't able to help me. That therapist wasn't able to help me. That coach wasn't able to help me. That program didn't help me. And really, it's almost never the fault of the program. It's your fault. Take that deep self-responsibility. And it's not self-blame. It's self-responsibility. Because anything in the world can work for you if you choose to let it work. And that doesn't mean that there aren't people out there who are trying to help and offer healing services that are shit at their job. That's true. There are people who do that. And so if that's something that you have genuinely experienced, you know that. But often, we'd say 80 to 90% of the time, when things don't work, it's because you don't want it to work. You're stuck, comfortable in your pattern of smallness, of it not working, of I don't want to see it, I don't want to do it. And you're the one who blocks it. You block your own success. This is the year to stop blocking your own success. And that means you need to stop doing it by yourself. Is it better to do it by yourself? Slow and trotting, and it's so hard, and I'm stuck, and I'm on a hamster wheel, and I'm going blah, 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 blah. I can't figure it out. Or is it better to maybe spend the money, the resources that feels a little uncomfortable, that's going to stretch your horizons a little bit, and get help and get through it? Number two is always going to be better. That option will always be better. Stop waiting to live the life you want to live, have the money you want to have the relationship you want to have, whatever it is that you want. Stop waiting by saying, I can do it by myself. Let me just put my nose to the ground, so a little harder, do it by myself. That is so, we're going to use a term. We're going to reference what's happening on your actual earth right now. That's so Pluto and Capricorn of you. I can do it by myself. Let me just work harder. Let me just work harder. That's so Pluto and Capricorn of you. Do you want to live in that paradigm? Does that still feel good to you? Because if it does, great, stay there. This message is probably not for you. Truly, just turn this off. If you want to stay there, this is not for you. If you don't want to stay there, if you want to step in your human paradigm into what what you're moving into, this Pluto to Aquarius, this 20 years of innovation, stop doing the let me just do it by myself, nose to the grindstone, harder, harder, harder. Step out, step back, go get help. That is like the energy of this year. Go get help. And if you have been getting help, amazing. Good on you. Maybe you need to stop getting help. We didn't forget about those of you who have been getting help over the last few years. Maybe you need to stop getting help. Maybe you need to actually help other people, because you've gotten the help, because you've learned how to take your nose off that grindstone. And now that you've had this transit occur on your earth, affecting your earth, you don't have to have nose on the grindstone anymore. You've already taken it off, and you actually get to go, how do I help people? Because I now know what it feels like. I've chosen joy, and I'm in the active process of choosing joy and choosing not to get stuck in the shit. So maybe now I actually need to go help other people. How good does that feel? Think about that. How good does that feel? Maybe if you've done a lot of help, maybe you need to stop. Maybe you need to actually just live. But if you have been avoiding, if you've been going, I can do it myself, I can do it myself, I can do it myself, like digging by yourself, go get help. We know that you can feel inside that you have something beautiful to share with the world, but you're never going to get to it if you don't let other people help you. Human beings, you come to Earth not to be solitary. If you were going to be solitary, you would not come to Earth. You would have stayed out in a planet, in the stars, in the cosmos somewhere where you were all alone, or you only had like 2 or 3 other beings around you. Those exist. Those places exist. That is not Earth. You come to Earth to help and get help and be with other people, be in community. There's not a single person listening to this at any point in time who is here to work alone, who is here to do it alone. And you can accept that or not. If you don't want to accept it, again, you can go. If you want to choose to stay in, I can do it alone. Choose, stay there. That's fine. You're going to stay stuck. No one listening to this came here to do it alone. And in fact, almost no one on earth came to do it alone. Maybe a few very small fractions of the population came to do it alone, but almost no one came to do it alone. Earth is not the place you come to do it alone. And so if you're spending your earthly life doing it alone, that's exactly what it looks like. It's like you're just circling and spiraling, and you're just alone, and you're not helping yourself, and you're not helping anyone else by doing it all alone. You're not helping anyone else by doing it all alone. You're definitely not helping yourself. And if your ego is telling you that you're helping yourself, that is your ego. If your ego is telling you, do this and you're going to help the world, that is your ego. Go get in community. Stop living in your stories. Your stories are what keep you on that, like, let me nose to the grindstone, do it by myself. Get out of your stories. Your stories don't actually matter. Oh, this is spicy. Your stories don't matter. What happened to you in your lifetime doesn't matter. Not really. It got you to where you are. Doesn't matter. You don't need to share it. Other people don't need to know it. Not really. That's for your ego. You share it for your ego. You share it so that you feel validated and like people understand you. No one else actually needs to hear it. The stories, the shares that inspire other people, they're not people going into all of the depths of their story. Those stories are where people share little bits of things, just the things that they need you to hear. And that's it. Done. Beautiful. Over. When you cycle through your stories over and over and over and over and over again, you're helping nobody because your story doesn't matter. What matters is who you are in the present. Your story is the past. The past doesn't actually matter. The past doesn't matter. The past only matters when you need to look at it for a little bit of time to do some healing. After that, you're past, over, done. Let the past be the past. And that's the issue. That's the problem that we see so many people face, and that many of you have probably faced or are facing right now. You have to let go of the past. If you're always living in that past, you're never going to move forward into the future. You're hardly in the present. So if there are any stories that you find yourself repeating to yourself over and over and over again, when you're done listening to this, write it down. Every single detail. Write it down or speak it out loud to yourself, but no one else, just to yourself. Every single detail of it. Every single thing. The things you would never say to someone else, say it out loud or write it down. And then once you do that, oh, some big energy. I don't usually sneeze when I'm channeling unless there's big energy. Okay. They're saying, actually, write it down first, all the details, and then you speak it out loud. And as you speak, you annotate, you write things down, you highlight. And if there are things that are stuck in your body, those are the things you need help on, because you don't need to keep holding those stories. But if they're stuck in your body, you're probably not going to clear them yourself. You need someone else's help. You need someone who knows how to clear those things, who is not emotionally attached to what happened to you, to help you clear those. So say it out loud, write it down, annotate, star, highlight the things that are stuck, and then go get help, and then get the help, and then burn what you wrote. Never speak it out again in that way. You can't just do this though from a place of avoidance. This has to be embodiment. If you're just going, okay, well, I'll never speak it again, head in the sand, that's not, you're not gonna feel better. You're still living in the past. It's avoidance. You have to do it from a place of embodiment. I have felt it. I have said it. I have gotten the help. And now I know this story is actually dead. This story is actually dead. It literally has nothing. There's nothing left about it to share. There's nothing left about it to say. It is actually literally dead. That's the best feeling. That is the best feeling. We want that for each of you. Don't create from your old stories. Don't create from them. Create from your embodiment and create from your joy. The things you create from pain, they only perpetuate pain. The things you create from pain only perpetuate pain. The things you create because of your pain perpetuate your pain. Stop creating from pain. Stop creating from pain. Create from your embodiment. Create from your joy. Doesn't mean you have to be completely beautifully embodied and joyous all the time to start creating. But when you create, stop creating from your pain. Because when you create from your pain, then other people just continue to feed off of your pain. They feed off your pain over and over and over and over and over again. They feed off your pain. And it perpetuates the cycles of pain. Stop creating from pain. You want to change the world, change the way you show up in the world. We just gave you the roadmap. We just gave you where to start. Shake that pain out. Shake that pain out. We are complete. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Asking for the records for this collective to be closed. Thanking the guides and the record keepers for everything they shared. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the records are now closed. Wow. It's really interesting. I never know exactly what's going to come through when I open the records, but it's really interesting. It's not what I expected. Not that there were really expectations, but it's always really interesting when what comes through the Akashic field, if you're not familiar, is our soul's energy, is collective consciousness. Reading the Akasha for the collective is reading what's strongest in the collective's heart right now, what's going on. It's really interesting to open the records and receive messages like that. And that was strong. That was a really strong message, strongly worded. There's an intensity to that. There was a stop fucking around energy to that. I mean, there are some actionable items in there. Where are you stuck in old stories? Where are you stuck merry-go-rounding, hamster wheeling around something in your life? And why? Why do you keep doing it? It's usually because it feels safe and familiar. Even if it's uncomfortable, a lot of us continue, all of us continue to do things to stay stuck in patterns that we don't like, because at least we know what to expect. So take what they just said, what the Akashic guides just said, examine that and go get help. Or if you have been on a like over getting help, like you've gotten so much help, slow down and live. You know which one you fall into, right? You know which one you fall into. And even if you like, the amount of help you need is going to shift or change depending on what you've done, right? Maybe you really need a really personal like help, like you need a coach or a therapist or a healer to sit down with you like intensely one-on-one for a while. Maybe you just need something to hold you accountable, like a community, a group, something that you show up for, that you get to come to in your own time, and it's not the same intensity as working with a mentor or therapist or something like that. Realistically, we all probably could use one or the other, if not both. And I want you to get really, really honest with yourself about what you need. Just based on what that message was, get honest about yourself, with yourself, about what you need. Phew. Get out of your head and into your body too. It's another thing I would say about that message. Get out of your head, get into your body. What's in your head's not going to gonna get you out of what you're stuck in. Your body will, but your head never will. Your head's second. It should not be where you make your decisions from. It should come from the body. Wow. there's so much from that message that's just like swirling around in my head. So my voice needs a little nourishment after that. Let's see. Do we need another card? No. I think I want to leave you with that. Honestly, I want to leave you with a message to feel into and think about. I would love to hear from you. You can write in the comments of this video how often you would like to receive messages like this. I'm thinking maybe 2 to 3 times a month. I have to kind of see energetically how much I can output into relatively short, 30 to 40 minute outputs like this. But I would love to hear what would be supportive to you. I do know it's unlikely to be weekly. I think that's going to be a little too much for what my energy can do. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe every other week, maybe 2 to 3 times a month. So I would love to hear from you what would be supportive. And well, it's really fitting with the message that came through, which is kind of hilarious because like I said, I have no idea what comes to come through when I open the records. But I do want to let you know too, as I close, that my shamanic apprenticeship, the Akashic Womb Shamanism Apprenticeship, is open right now. And this is a group program with basically one-on-one access to me. It is my highest level of mentorship, essentially, that I offer in this apprenticeship. It's a year long, it's 12 months. You learn how to become an Akashic Womb Shaman. I teach you everything: how to work with the Akasha, how to channel like I just did. You're going to channel differently because everyone's differently, but how to connect into the Akasha, how to work in shamanic journey space, how to do shamanic healing work, how to work in the womb, how to do womb healing work, how to live a shamanic Akashic womb-led life. It is a potent offering. It is honestly, there's nothing like it on the market out there. Akashic Womb Shamanism is how I teach shamanism. I was trained in contemporary Celtic shamanic practices. Those all come in. I do work with the Celtic framework of shamanic work, and then I bring in womb and Akashic aspects into it as well, because it's all part of what has healed me, what has allowed me to release my stories, what has allowed me to live the kind of life I want to live. And the kind of life I want to live is probably not the exact same kind of life you want to live, because we're all individual, but this apprenticeship is a journey of coming home to yourself and living for yourself and not for anyone else. It's really potent. I'm really proud of it. It has been absolutely incredible for everyone who's gone through it before. And we start in a little over 2 weeks. So there will be information about that in the description of this video. There's an application process. It's pretty easy. All you do is apply, and then we get on a discovery call. There are only 4 spots total for this apprenticeship. I keep it really intimate because that way, or we have group calls, but you also get a ton of one-on-one time with me, as much as you want, basically. Within reason, of course. It's not like daily one-on-one time, but you get one-on-ones with me. You have access to me via WhatsApp. You have access to me within the group. There's a lot of one-on-one access to this within a group apprenticeship. And so I keep it really small so that kind of access is available, because a shamanic apprenticeship is a life-changing initiation, and support is really helpful. Like, being able to know that there is a lot of support for me as you move through that initiation is huge. And so there's that. And also my womb school, my womb awakening school. This is a group membership. It is much lower investment. We meet every week. You have a huge library of resources that walk you through womb awakening. It does not teach you how to do womb awakening work for other people. That's apprenticeship. But the school is for you. If you just need this for yourself, if you're not at a place where you want to learn how to do this with other people, you're not looking to learn skills to bring into like your own practice in the world with others, the womb awakening school is a journey of coming back home to yourself, your body, your soul. It is shamanic, it is Akashic, it brings earth and star wisdom together, celestial and terrestrial wisdom together. It is incredibly beautiful. We work with the earth in the womb. We work with the stars in the sky in the womb. We work with our body. There's a huge emphasis on the body in the Womb Awakening School, and how the body is our spirituality. Like our spiritual work comes through our body. And so those are two opportunities I have for you right now. If you are desiring support, if that message, if that Akashic channeled message landed with you and you're like, yeah, you know what, I do need support, whether I need big support or I need smaller support, those are two options I have if you desire support from me. And if you desire support elsewhere, I'm sure you will find what you're looking for. Thank you for joining me with this. I will see you again relatively soon. And please share this with, anyone that you think might benefit from this. Please like and subscribe, especially if you want to make sure that you keep getting my videos as they come out. This is where things are going to come, and they'll be shared on my socials as well. But please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me, and helps me be able to continue making more videos and grow this and share these messages, and everything that comes through, everything that I am here as a channel for and a voice for, helps me share it more and more with the world. So I appreciate your support. Thank you for being here. I'm going to ask our space just to fully close. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Sending you blessings for the rest of your day whenever you watch this and receive this. And I will see you in a future video.